Hey, it's Brook. I'm a guitar teacher in Cedar Rapids, and I'm starting to wonder if anybody cares about soloing. I always thought that was really fun thing to do, especially at home or even on stage or in the studio or any place I happen to play. Anytime I'm testing a guitar, I'm making up a solo, like that kind of stuff. Or you can do something a little more like country style, like is there an echo in here? But I wanted to celebrate one of my students yesterday. Actually showed me that he can solo. He was really making me think that he's ready to do something with his guitar. His name is Brian Stoll, and he was showing me like E minor pentatonic. And he just ripped into it. And then I was playing some chords, which I'll show you. They're actually in my chord book, the chord progression. But he was like, check it out, Brook. Up and down the pattern. And he said, now, sometimes you can get outside of that pattern. I'm like, yes. And he was like, but I don't know if that's a good thing to do. And I'm like, yeah, I think it can be. And eventually you realize any note can work. You can make any note fit. But, approach with caution. I try to earn those notes one at a time, and understand them versus just go completely random. But I think he grabbed this E down here, which I'm like, whoa, that's great. And that's where I came up with this progression, which is, again, in my chord book. They're $20 if you want to get one. The chord, it's on page 4. It goes E minor, D7, C7, B7. It sounds, I'm going to clean up my sound a little bit. So, Brian was soloing over this. I was playing. Repeat, E minor, yeah. Should try my looper with that. I think I will. But looping's a little awkward for me. But so you don't have to make the D a 7. You can just go E minor, D. C can just be a C. The B kind of works as a 7. That, 4 beats per chord. Repeat, 4 chords. And then you could go to bar chords. I'll get back to what Brian was doing. E minor, D, C, B. Those are the A-shaped bar chords. Your A shape. Bring it up here, flip it into a bar chord, and then the first one's minor. That's important. Keep that minor, then major, major, major. E minor, D major, C, and B. So, anyway, when Brian showed me that, I'm like, what? That's good. I go, and he showed me some other things, and I'm like, what I want him to do is go E, D, C, B, and follow the progression down. I said, Brian, this would be like if, let's say your solo's over, and now like the vocals come in, you're just kind of following, you're kind of calming your solo down. Maybe just on an outro, blending in without, causing too much more turbulence. So that's just E, D, C, and a B, which would follow naturally E minor, D, C, B. Too easy. So that's, I'll tell you the frets in case you want to know that. It's 9, 7, 5, 4 on the 3rd string G. And he's like, okay, I get it. And that was great. And then you can always go back up. I think he did somehow he transitioned back up to his pattern. I can't remember what he did, but it was all really good. It really reminded me of Iggy Pop off the album The Idiot, which is one of my all-time favorite albums. His version of the song China Girl, which David Bowie later had a big hit, and kind of like, I'm like, what's this, man? This is not how it goes. But I thought the Iggy Pop version was really dark and mysterious and kind of, very, very interesting. I had it on 8-track tape, listened to it non-stop for years. Might have been E-flat, though, but I remember we were covering that song, and then the Bowie version came out. We're like, well, I guess we're playing a top 40 hit now, which we never did. We always played the weirdest stuff we could find. So, that Brian was like totally channeling that, and man, that hit a bullseye for me. That was like amazing. So, if you're interested in, Brian put in the work. He gets a little distracted with his other hobbies and work, but he always circles back around and really puts in the focus, and he's earned that ability to solo, and he deserves a lot of credit in my book for actually one of the few guys who go, Brook, check it out, man. Most of my guys are like, oh, soloing, what's that? I haven't really worked on it. I'm like, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's just fun. It sounds cool. All right. So if you're interested in reviewing that pattern, it's just, you could go G, E, D, E, A, G, E, D, B, A, G, E. And if you don't know those notes, Brian summed it up really well. He said, look, it's 2 15/12s, 2 14/12s. Well, actually, there's 3 there, and then 1 15/12. So 2 15/12s, and then 3 14/12s. I'm not sure what he said. And then one more 15/12. Pretty simple, really. I think you just have to have the desire to want to solo. And I don't know where that desire went, but I suppose people are kind of stressed out and, distracted and just trying to get through life. So I understand. Things change. It's not like it was when I started. Things are different. But I still think it's important. If you would like to know the bends, the main bend is a 3rd string, 14th fret. And you could end on that E. Really, that could be a plenty to do. Just those 3 notes. That's a good start. That's 14th fret, 3rd string, A. Bend it up. Let it down to A. That was a B. When you go up, and A, the G is at 12th fret, and your E is at the 14th fret, 4th string. I would get really acquainted with that E note there. There's another E on the 1st string, 12th fret. And then you can add the rest. kind of scrambling the notes versus running straight up and down the scale. But yeah, you can kind of get some classic, typical blues pretty easy. And yes, you can spread it all over the neck. So I just want to celebrate Brian's accomplishment. I mean, it was really fun to hear him play like that. And I would love to know how you guys are doing. I'm sure some of you are like, gee, Brook, I already had this down. But I know a lot of my students are like, well, I didn't know I was supposed to work on that. So I'm just going to remind you and try to push you along in case that's you. And maybe you can, surprise yourself and kind of get turned on to the idea of soloing. And yeah, you can. One of the first notes I discovered for myself outside of that pattern, I watched an older kid play when I was maybe 14 or 15, 16, I don't know, but he played, I knew that pattern, but he did that note, which would be 11th fret, 3rd string, an F sharp, which is either a 2nd or a 9th interval. And it really does sound like kind of a 9th chord. Let's see if I can do one. Or if I can make that minor. So that does sound, kind of jazzy almost. So I added another F sharp up here. I can throw in a C. C is that'd be a flatted 6. Yeah. Suddenly it doesn't sound quite so caveman rock and roll, which I love. There I added a flatted 5th, which is very kind of a dissonant note. That's a B flat on the 11th fret, 2nd string. Or you can get one on the 3rd string, 15th fret. So now, really, I'm not playing the greatest, but potentially that could be a very kind of jazzy, fusion-y, sort of a sophisticated set of notes if you played it a little better than I'm doing. But, you can even flat the root and get a major 7th. So it's just kind of a hybrid scale. Like I was saying, you can add more notes. There I sharped the root. So you can really kind of go crazy, man. You can add more and more to that basic framework. That is fun. Well, again, congratulations to anybody that stays with guitar, that actually puts in a little extra effort to take it from just strumming a few chords or maybe a couple of riffs, but you really push it out into a more personal, expressive, intricate, potentially limitless kind of amazing realm. So, yeah. All right. Another cringy, awkward video from me, but that's kind of my specialty. Keeps our community nice and small. So check in with me anytime if you have a question, and I'll try to get back to you. You can email me at hooverguitar@yahoo.com. And if you want to talk about one of my books, I do have the Fun Things to Practice on Guitar That Sound Cool book for $20. It's got a lot of pages, maybe 66 pages of just examples, power chords, alternate picking, riffs, scales, jams, B-flat blues scale, canon like Bach, canon jam phase 1, phase 2. Hey man, it's got Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in harmony. Your favorite. Just for fun. Greed Island bridge study. That's from Surf Zombies. Bach cello suite. Power chords in a circle of fourths. Tommy Bolin shredding. Wow, man. It's got some wild stuff that I haven't even looked at for a long time. So, anyway. Uh-oh, the kitty's here. Come on up. Come on, jump up here. Jump up here. You can do it. That's the way. Very good, kitty. All right, guys. Have a great day. This is your old buddy, Brookie. And I love guitar, man. Keep playing. Thank you so much.